welcome back to the Gilbert Customs YouTube channel. In this week's video, we finish up the mounting for the lower valance here and make a giant mess in the cowl. So the deal is, I recorded all of this and I do not like how any of the video really turned out. So I'm going to try to talk now and explain what I did and then add in some clips as we go here. So I guess we'll first start with the lower valance. So what I did here is welded nuts into the fenders in two spots, so bolts running this way now. There's a headlight just kind of sitting in there, but I did that on both sides here. And then as far as this giant pain in my ass, I'll do my best. So in here there was some defrost ducting, and I'll try to find that clip and add that in now. Guys, so I don't know if you can see that little rivet down there. They're placed all along this defrost system. So I'm going to start by drilling those out and see if we can get some movement out of this. I believe there's a big box up under here that comes up and enters in somewhere in the middle, and then it tees off to everything. So if I can get this all pulled out of here and just access that piece, I think I'll be able to not only create more room up here, but also have easier routing for the defrost. All I really care is I have two vents, one for here and one about where I see through in the driver's seat. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Try to drill them out and see what I can accomplish with that. So I went ahead and I basically ripped all that out of there, and then in a matter of 3 hours I figured out where I needed this wiper mechanism to be placed. And to do that, I had to cut the center of the Suburban cowl out and then build this bracket to mount the motor to. And I had to build this bracket for this side and another one up over there. And we'll get to the ratchet straps and all the redneck ingenuity going on here. But so I did that and put the wipers in and out about 18 billion times. Had the wiper arms on it, which I will have to shorten to make work, but they do full cycle up and down, so I'm pretty happy with that. And in doing this, now we have a clearance issue with the old cowl. And you can see if this were to run straight through, it would hit the wiper motor. And so that leads us to, now we are going to build a cowl hood that comes up, and the cowl will also continue all the way to the window just to cover all this crap up. But in doing that, I'm going to need to make all of this stuff, whatever cover I got going on here, removable in case this wiper motor ever takes a shit, or my defrost system, which I'll get to in a minute, ever poops out on me. I'm going to need to be able to fix it, obviously. So that's going to be a chore in itself. Obviously I need to have some sort of metal coming down and under or over top of all this to seal all this off, because this is actually the gauge cluster. That's how far back we are. So yeah, if you're gonna do this, I would probably choose something that you know is gonna fit a little better in this area. Everything else worked out pretty good, but this has been a massive pain. That's partially why I do not like what I did in the video. First off, you can't hear me very well. Second off, it was a ton of thinking and a ton of wasted footage. Not really much of me actually doing anything. It was more just figuring it out in my head, which I'm kind of slow, so that does not help anything. Yeah, so that's pretty much the wiper situation. You can see this tube in here that I've got going on, and I'll try to crawl up here and show you a little bit better. And I'll add the footage in of me doing this. Let me grab a light if I can find one. And of course it's dead. Yeah, whatever. Here we go. That's got juice, baby. All right, so you can see that T down in there, and there's a hose going that way, and this hose going up this way. So in there is a flat piece of steel over top of the old ducting for the defrost that I then drilled about a 2-inch hole into, and then put that T in there. And then I got corrugated pipe running to the driver and to the passenger side, and then we'll figure out a vent inside later. But I'll try to add clips of that in there as well. Okay, now that I got the wipers out and vacuumed up some of the garbage, we have to build a rectangle plate that covers that rectangle there for the defrost. Drill a hole, the hole saw, and attempt to put this T in it, then run a hose off to either side. Now, what I don't know is if this is too restrictive and if it will cause an issue, so we're gonna get this mocked up roughly and turn the defrost on and see what happens. I want a tight fit, and that's what we got. So that, something like that. Screw this plate right down to it, maybe. I'm not sure, but we're just gonna find out, I guess. Rethink that as well. That end fits perfectly. This should be test this plan out here. Alright. What's going on? Definitely. Alright, I got them cut. Now I'm going to turn them back on and see if they sound any different being shorter. No whistle. Pretty difficult, but here's the driver. Obviously it's not in the right place at all. It's going to come down and over and shoot up right in front of the steering wheel, as well as the passenger side. That's not plugged in. I'll get on to these ratchet straps now. So in my other video I mentioned how I totally bent the hell out of this when I pulled the whole body off the Travelall. So that was a giant chore. I had this ratchet strap trying to suck the window back in. I had this ratchet strap lifting up on it. I had wood shoved under there, prying up on it. And I finally got it to take back into the old seal, which I'm very, very happy about. And I just have this, well, tack welded in here because this is where it was mainly bent. And I was just worried that when I started taking this strap off and all the wood out, this would fall. So now I can take metal and come down and seal this all off, as well as support the bottom of the windshield frame here. Yeah, here's the other tube. And there's the T and the plate you can kind of see right here. Just screwed around and sealed. I still have to seal and clamp the hoses and all that stuff, but for the test run, it worked great. I'll probably just high speed a lot of the footage that I have until I get to a point where I think it's necessary to go slower and show what actually happened. Yeah, this all cycles perfectly in here. Like I said, the wipers work like they should. I got factory wiring. You can use the factory switch. This is the original Suburban grommet that goes on this side, so I'll pull all this back, grommet that. Probably drill a hole in here, put a grommet in it, and run the wires. I'll have to extend them a little bit and plug and play system there. And like I said, we'll have a cowl coming all the way up, which may not look bad anyways, and it's a hell of a lot better than just the factory cowl coming in a, you know, like a box around that. I just think that might look a little weird, but who knows? My plans always change with this thing. Nothing ever works like I really want it to, so I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. Like I said, if you're gonna do a body swap like this, I know like the 99 to 06 Super Duty and the 79 Fords, they fit like a glove from what I can see online. But I'm different. I want to be different. I don't know anybody that has a Travelall. I don't know anybody that has a Travelall body swapped onto a 3/4 ton Suburban. So I'm trying here. I'm also trying to figure out a better way to record you guys videos. I'm not too happy with how they're coming out, and the length of them gets a little long. But yeah, I will high speed some of this footage in here of what we got done, and moving forward I'm going to try to come up with a different style of videoing and editing these so that more of you guys can watch the whole thing and get more out of it rather than some slow pace, you know, this nut goes here type of video. I can kind of morph it all together and get you guys the best version of it as possible. So I'm sorry if this video is kind of ugly, but we're trying to move forward and do some new things. So with that being said, I'll roll the sped up version of what I did and try to include the best parts. Alright, now what? Literally just shorten this up, I think. Bring this whole wiper over a tish and it will work. And just like that. Be clearing. I'll take you guys up and show you. Everything seems to function without an issue. All I know is I probably roasted this glass like a friggin' idiot. Again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. I appreciate every bit of it. Thank you.